is IELTS, especially those who are new to IELTS. We'll get some idea about IELTS, and after that, we will hopefully by 7 we'll start our speaking session, and by 7:30 we will get into our reading section. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to some IELTS stuff. Okay, let's start from here. So, what is this? This is basically, the overview of IELTS. Here you see that IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. You need IELTS to get admission in almost any university or any institution in an English-speaking country. Mostly people, they do IELTS to get admission in Canada, Australia, the United States, England, New Zealand, all these. And these days, even in other countries, if you want to study in Germany or in other European countries as well, you need to show them that you're efficient in English, and getting an acceptable score in IELTS, it ensures that they will be satisfied that yes, you have the capability of just going through this course. So whatever course they will offer, and in most of the cases those are in English in those countries. Even it's not an English-speaking country in Germany and most of the courses, so you'll be able to understand. Okay, let's see. In IELTS, so what's the high score you can get is 8. IELTS is okay. So say this is the high score you can get is 9. 9. That's the highest. And in Bangladesh, especially before the corona, this epidemic, you could sit for IELTS on 2 days. It could be on Saturday and Thursday for registration. You can register and you can sit for the exam on these 2 days. Okay, so if you registered on that day, on that given day, it could be Saturday or Thursday, you would start your exam at around, I think, usually 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. You start with the listening section. You start with the listening section, and it lasts for around 40 minutes. It has 4 sections. It has 40 questions, 10 or 11 types of questions. Some of the questions are very similar. So there will be an audio of, audio around 30 minutes. And while listening, you'll have to write the answers in your answer script. So, you're studying the exam at 1 p.m. and then it lasts for around 40 minutes. And then you move on to, and the highest score you can get is 9. If you can get 39 or 40 right out of the 40 questions, you'll get a 9 out of 9. If you get 37, 38, you get an 8.5. If you get 35, 36, 8. It works like that. Okay, so there is no official break. Then you move on to the reading section. The reading section, it lasts for 60 minutes. And this one lasts for 40. This is 60 minutes, 1 hour. You'll have to solve 3 passages, and within that 3 passages, you'll get 40 questions, almost equally distributed among 3 passages and 12 or 13 types of questions. And here, 40 questions. It also works in the same way, especially the marking wise. Here, if you get 40 of those right, or even 39 in academic IELTS, you will be getting a 9 out of 9. Even 30, then 37, 38 is 8.5, 35, 36 is 8. Works like that. If you want to get a, say, 9 in 7 in reading, you'll have to get 31 or 32 right in this section, the reading. Once you're done with the reading section, then you move on to the writing section. This is the writing. Writing section is also the high score you can get is 9. This is also a 1-hour exam. This part, there are 2 sections. There are task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is basically you'll have to write a report. It's a 150 words report. That's the minimum word limit, and they ask you to write around 20 minutes. There are usually 7 types of assignment you could be given, and you'll have to write one of them. You don't have any option. Whatever they give, they might give you a bar chart, they might give you a pie chart, a flow chart, process diagram, map, or table, whatever. You'll have to write that. So what are those? Pie chart, bar chart, line chart, table, chart, map, process diagram, and flow chart. There's another task that you'll have to do within that 1 hour. This one, usually you take task 1 for 20 minutes, and then the remaining 40 minutes you should spend on your task 2. Task 2 is an essay. It's an essay, the highest mark you can get in this essay is 6. The minimum number of words is 250 words. You should spend around 40 minutes there. Usually 5 types of essay. And there's no option. Whatever essay they will give, and these will cover all these essay. Whatever essays, usually those will be one of these essays. It could be opinion essays, it could be discussion essays, it could be problem solution essays, it could be advantage or disadvantage essays, it could be a double question essays. In the last class, in one of the last classes, we covered the double question essays. This one, and today, in the end of the class, today's class, we will be covering the opinion essay, and we'll see how it's structured, how it's written, the challenges that you might face in opinion essays, and we'll discuss about one complete answer and a very good answer. And okay, so these on that day, it could be on Saturday or it could be on Thursday. You'll start with the listening, then you'll move on to the reading, and then we'll move on to the writing. Basically, it's 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 40 minutes exam. Usually there's no official break, but it takes more time because there's some administrative work. And you have, basically they will check 4 skills. These are the 3 skills, but there's one is left, that's the speaking. This one, this exam will take, is part of the IELTS, but this also, the highest you can get is 9. So here, this will take place on a separate day. It could be, if you're sitting for the Saturday exam, it could be some other day. It could be before Saturday or after Saturday, but within a week. So within 1 week before Saturday, or after Saturday within 1 week. Okay, so this is speaking. Speaking is just 11 to 14 minutes it lasts, and there are 3 parts. Part 1, some general question about yourself. Part 2 is a cue card, some specific they'll give you a topic, you'll have to speak on that topic for 4 to 5, 1 to 2 minutes, but it lasts for 3 to 4 minutes. And the last part is the follow-up questions. They're going to ask you a few more questions on the topic they asked you on part 2, thematically connected. It's not exactly the same topic, but part 2 and part 3 is very closely connected. So whatever you get in these 4 sections, out of 9, 9, 9, and 9, so they will add it up. 9, 9, whatever you get, and they will divide it by 4, and the average is your IELTS score. This is how it works. Okay. So let me show you a little bit of the exam what you get. See, this is the listening real question. This is from a Cambridge book. So this is a real exam. See here, there are 4 sections, and the audio will play for 30 minutes. You'll have to write the answers here. Then you'll get 10 extra minutes to transfer this answer to an answer sheet. After that, we'll be moving on to a reading section. This is a reading section. There will be 3 passages. You see, this is the first passage. Usually 1 to 13. Here, 1 to 13. This is the second passage, endless harvest. There are few questions, 12, 13 or 14. And this is the last one, the return of artificial intelligence. This is the last passage. So 3 passages. And so this is the writing exam. It's the writing exam. So it's a real exam question. This is a bar chart, and this is a writing. So this last, usually they ask you to spend around 20 minutes for this one, and this one for 40 minutes. This is a, what's that? Okay, it's a discussion essay. Okay, and let's move on to the other one. This is and this is the speaking. This is speaking sample. This is speaking sample. This one. You know, see, this one lasts for 4 to 5 minutes. The second section is a cue card. You know, it takes 3 to 4 minutes, and the final section, it might take around another 4 to 5 minutes. These are the questions. It's a sample question. It's from a real ICE exam, so they are going to ask you this question. You know, it takes around 11 to 15 minutes. Okay, we are kind of just this overview of ICE, and hope you know you will join our classes now. We'll be starting our class now on this from the speaking section, and after that we'll be doing a reading. We'll be doing a reading, and finally, we'll be doing covering some writing as well. Okay, let's see what kind of questions you might get. So these are, you know, these are the questions. These are some sample questions from task 1. It's a collection. We have collected it, and we have meticulously collected this question, and I can kind of guarantee you, because this has been extensively researched and copied. And so, if you can cover this, you know, these questions, very likely you're going to get common in part 1. Very likely, I can almost guarantee you. Okay, so these are the part 1. You know, these are the common types of questions. It might be on the first part, 4 to 5 minutes. Basically, these are questions about yourself. These are common questions. You shouldn't be having too much difficulty in answering, because you know you don't need any specialized knowledge to answer this question. So think about crime, about social media, about sky, about numbers, clothes and fashion, toys, you know, clothes and party, walking, shopping, television, leisure time, litter, rubbish, robots, children. Okay, these are the common. Chocolate, fashion. Okay, so they will ask you a question. There will be just one examiner. You know, they will try their best to make you comfortable. They will try to make you feel comfortable with these questions. They'll try to help you out so you can answer the questions. And then we'll move on to the second part. This is the cue card. This is the cue card. So this is the cue card. They will give you this card, only this card, and they'll give you a white piece of paper and a pencil. So, you know, you'll have to talk about this. You know, so there's some hints, cues, and say describe something you own which is very important to you, where you got it from, how long you have had it, what you use it for, and explain why it is so important to you. So this is a question. You might get any of these. They have many of these cards, so they will give you any particular any particular one, whichever they feel like. This you can change it.
May I interfere?
Faria?
Sir, কেউ তো participant নেই স্যার, আপনারা আমি ছাড়া এখন।
Okay, probably they will be joining in. They will be just joining in. Okay, so okay, so we'll start. I'll ask you a few questions. I'm just checking it out.
Sir, আমি মাত্র জয়েন করেছি, just 2 second, 3 second.
No problem. I'm just coming. Just a moment. Yeah, and this is the last one, and this is the this is
Last 2 ক্লাসের অ্যাবসেন্ট ছিলাম, আমি বলেছিলাম আমার করোনা হয়েছিল।
Oh yes, Faria. Yes. So how are you today? So how are you now?
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো, কিন্তু স্যার মানে আমার এখন সেকেন্ড টেস্টটা করা হয়নি আর কি।
Oh, okay, but
তারপর বোঝা যাবে।
okay. Huh?
আজকে 15 days.
Oh, আজকে 15 days. Yes, on the other days, I asked about others, how you're doing, and we were worried about you, and we kind of prayed for you. We were discussing questions, and so you can speak. Do you have pain in your, say while speaking, or no?
Yes, sir, I'm able to speak.
No, you can.
I have no problem about this. Even my corona was mild corona. That's so severe. That's why I joined your all the class. But last 2 days I was so much sick about my high pressure.
Yes. I know. People are going through, especially your pressure, huh?
Yes, sir. I had high pressure.
I see. So
insomnia also. That's why I was absent.
Okay. So now today, hopefully, you are feeling better. Huh? You are feeling better than the other.
Better, but not actually.
Yeah, yes.
Comfortable, but better. Better from before.
Better. Okay. Hopefully, so God bless you. And this is part 2, and this moment, and this is part 3. So these are the part 3 questions. These are a little bit different, and we pray to God that and also we're grateful to God that what He didn't make your suffering severe, and let's pray to God that He helps everybody else, those who are experiencing the corona stuff. Okay. So
even my brother was affected also.
Affected. So he's okay now, kind of.
He has even no symptoms. Just
okay. He doesn't have any symptoms.
Throat in pains. Sorry, pains in throats. Just.
So what about you? In your case, what?
In my case, I was sick, but I felt some pain in my joints.
In my joints.
And severe pain in my chest.
Yes.
The main problem. And throat. In my lip was also black.
Oh my God. You could eat, during
yes,
that.
I have no problem.
Oh, you didn't have problem at that time, but
first of maybe my uncle, Dr. Kamrul Hassan, from lELTS Islam.
Oh, yes.
And from him, I was affected. First of all, he just affected from corona, and then all of my family members, my other cousins are affected from him, and then also me. And his family was in USA. That's why we're serving we're serving some food for him, and that's why I used to go to close to him, and that's why I'm affected.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
sir,
I didn't know that, huh?
As no one is here, that's why I'm talking to you about my personal.
Yeah, no problem. Yes.
স্যার আমি বাংলাতে বলি।
হ্যাঁ,
আমার মামা মেইনলি আপনাদের এখানে মানে আমার ইচ্ছা ছিল আর্টস করার, বাট সেটা হচ্ছে আমি জাস্ট গ্রাজুয়েশন কমপ্লিট করেছি, বাট মানে কোথাও আর কি প্রিপারেশন নিব, তারপর দিনই হচ্ছে গিয়ে মানে ওই যে গভর্নমেন্ট ট্রেনিং শেষ করে আইফোন ডেভেলপার হিসেবে, তারপর দিনই লকডাউন হয়েছে, তো আমার কোথাও ভর্তি হওয়া হয়নি। এরপরে হচ্ছে আমার মামা জানতো যে আমার ইচ্ছা আছে, ইন্টারেস্ট আছে, পরে হচ্ছে মামার খুব ক্লোজ হচ্ছে মাকজান স্যার, তহিদুর রহমান জানেন উনি হচ্ছে পরে হচ্ছে আমাকে খুব রিকোয়েস্ট করলো যে
আচ্ছা,
আপনার
আচ্ছা।
যেন জয়েন করি, খুব ভালো হবে। পরে মামাও বললো, উনি অনেক ক্লোজ মামা ছিলেন আর কি বিআরটি এর চেয়ারম্যান এন্ড জয়েন্ট সেক্রেটারি,
Yes, yes.
এডিশনাল সেক্রেটারি হচ্ছে যোগাযোগ মন্ত্রণালয়। দ্যাটস ওয়াই হচ্ছে ওনাদের কানেকশন ছিল ওভাবে।
Yes, yes.
আপনার এই প্রিন্সটন প্রিপারেশন সম্পর্কে আমার
Okay.
জানা, দেন আমি এখানে আসলাম।
Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can start. You can answer question probably. You can join in today. Okay, thank you. Okay, even after the class we can talk. We can even talk. We have few more. We have few more participants. Yes, we have Mahmudul here as well. Okay, and we are happy to have you back among us, Arya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mahmudul, how are you? Mahmudul, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
You're here? Okay,
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
You're fine.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Okay, so one of my friends, he got affected, say yesterday, and he's now in the hospital. He's kind of doing okay, but you never know. So now and then you would just, you're getting this kind of news that somebody he or she is in the hospital. So is there anybody, any relative, anybody you have heard that contacted with corona among your relatives or friends? Is there anybody or no?
I didn't understand.
No. I'm saying I'm just saying that say I have a friend who got just yesterday. So okay, so yeah, there are lots of people. They're getting.
Can you repeat, please? I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just saying that we are finding our people from our close circle getting affected. So say Mahmudul or Faria, so you have your relatives as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
Okay, Faria, you have it.
And also my relatives also, and almost all are now in very good condition, alhamdulillah.
Okay, now okay, that's
and
very
my
good.
some cousins and relatives are doctor. They have suggested many things about this, and so if you need, you can message me personally, or I can talk you here.
Okay, thank you, because you experienced that, so that will help us a lot. Okay, thank you, Faria. What about Mahmudul? So Mahmudul, can I ask you some question? Can we practice some question?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Let's practice some questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay, so Mahmudul, do you drink much water every day? Mahmudul?
Yes, sir. I used to drink lots of water, almost 3 or 4 liters every day. So I don't have actual measure that how, but I like
I
to
don't
drink.
have actual measurement.
Yeah, I don't have actual measurement. Maybe after 1 or 2 hours later, every time I take 1 or 1.5 glass of water. So
okay, fine. Faria, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Say, did you drink a lot of water in the last 15 days? You had
Yes,
to?
sir. Not lots of money, lots of
lot. Okay,
but,
that's one of the.
Even in my whole life I didn't drink.
So did you feel having water, or you had to? Did you feel having water, or you had to? That's why you had water. You drank water. So
felt for water as I have short throat. I felt for water, and I had to, of course.
You had
as
to
Dr.
at the same
suggested.
time. Yes, at the same time. Okay. So
my name was this, of course.
Okay, fine. So let's talk about tea or coffee?
My,
Mahmudul, do you prefer to drink tea or coffee?
as chest pain, with chest pain.
Mhm. Hello? Hello, Mahmudul?
Hello.
Mahmudul, can
Sir,
you hear
can you
me?
repeat? Sir,
Okay,
I'm
so,
having some network issue. Can you repeat
okay,
the
no
question you asked?
problem. So do you prefer to drink tea or coffee? You know, I'm
Sir,
asking this question. This one.
okay, sir.
Uh,
Sir, I prefer milk. I prefer coffee over milk, tea. So, whenever I find some opportunity to, I prepare my own coffee, and I like black coffee especially without any sugar and added any milk. So,
Is
and
there
I
any
really,
particular reason? How do you develop this habit of
uh,
taking coffee rather
sir,
than tea?
I can remember it was almost um, about 1 years ago. I find a article
1 year
on
ago, one
benefit.
year
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. Ago, I find an article on benefits of having black coffee every day without any sugar or any milk. So I find it so helpful for health,
Okay,
because especially for the reduce burn the fat, extra fat.
fine.
So I like, then from them, then I like to I started to have 1 glass of uh, black coffee every day.
Okay, so Faria, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when was the last time you drank some tea or coffee? When
Uh,
was the last time you drank some tea or coffee?
today morning,
Today morning. So which
I
one?
drank tea.
Tea.
That
You drank
tea
tea.
is my most favorite things.
Okay,
I
tea.
love to drink tea always.
Okay, okay. What about coffee? You know, coffee. You can coffee.
Sometimes I eat coffee. Yesterday I um,
You did.
drank tea, but sorry, drank
No,
coffee.
no. I took coffee.
Sorry, sir. I took coffee, but today I will drink tea, of course, as
Tea.
tea is my
Okay, so
favorite one.
most of the time you prefer tea. Do you add sugar to tea or you know take tea with
Mild sugar, as sugar is
punch?
not benefited to us. That's why.
Not beneficial. It's not it's not that much conducive for health. Huh? Tea. Okay. So do you think these days people are taking less sugar?
Yes, sir. Of
You know.
course. Even in this pandemic situation, taking lots of sugar is harmful to us. And
Okay.
as there are lots of diabetic patients of course, in my house, my mother is also a diabetic patient, and that's why we use less sugar in the tea or any food or any dessert we used to eat.
Okay. So Mahmudul, so you're not going out, huh? I
Sir,
believe.
actually, every day, but I would like to. I try to stay at home, but yesterday I had to go out because of some issues. So
Some
I
issues.
had to go
Okay.
out,
Okay.
and I feel like, okay, maybe there is no problem in my country. Most of
Hmm.
the people I have seen, they are like gathering around and moving without any concern. So I
Okay.
feel like
So after how many months you
uh,
had to go out or
it
days?
almost 3 months after
3 months. You
3 months. Yes,
never
sir.
within
Sir,
the last 3 months. You never not for a
uh,
single time
sir,
in the last 3 months.
I go outside because to buy some
You
stuff,
went out.
necessary stuff. But yesterday I
Mm-hmm.
went to the supermarket, shopping
A
mall, like,
supermarket.
yeah,
Okay.
shopping mall, sir. Yeah. So to buy
So,
mobile phone. So
huh,
that's why I,
mobile phone.
yeah, yeah.
So which one? Which shopping mall did you go to?
It was in my sir locally shopping mall, which is at
In
Mirpur,
Mirpur?
yeah, Mirpur 12.
Was it
So
busy? Was it busy kind of? There are
yeah,
lots of
sir.
people.
They lots. I can say that many people are in the all the in the
A lot. So
shopping malls.
has it emboldened you? You know, you're more courageous today. You know, so now we'll go out more often. or no, or it's better not
Sir,
to?
I think most of the people who went to that shopping mall, they have some uh, like stuff to done, like they have some necessary
Okay, so,
things to
you can
bring
help it.
or buy.
Okay, so people are trying,
Yeah.
those who
But sir,
can.
I can say that most of the people have their own protection. I have no any single person who aren't having any mask or face mask.
Okay,
Most of
okay,
the
they will.
people uh, have their own safety. And one thing I also noticed that the shopping mall authority like arrange some kind of a it's a kind of a measuring room where the like
Okay, so why?
sanitization or automated sanitizing water is
Okay,
spraying.
so you're kind of saying that you're happy with the kind of precautions they're taking.
It I can say I'm not that much happy, but it at least it giving me I'm getting some confidence
Confidence, fine.
while moving around them.
So after coming back, did you immediately take shower
Yes, sir.
yesterday?
Yeah, sir.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately I take shower and I change my all the dress I was put
Okay,
on
okay,
earlier.
fine. Okay, let me ask, Faria. So, what's your hobby, Faria? Or did you
Um,
get into a new hobby during this lockdown?
in lockdown, my hobby is playing guitar. But
Guitar. Okay, that's interesting.
yes, but generally my hobby is roaming about anywhere. Or as I'm a food lover, I used to go to restaurants to try new foods,
Okay.
or go to, sorry, Amma, sorry, sir.
No problem. No problem.
Sorry, sir,
No
my
problem.
mother was calling.
Sure. Sure.
I used to go out for hangouts with my friends, and it's most favorite things in my life, and I called it my hobby, of course. And my another hobby is singing, but no, I'm not a singer, but it's my hobby, and these are all things. Even I
Okay.
love to do crafts,
Crafts.
handcraft.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So, um, okay. So let me, Mahmoud, can I ask you, say, do you like to live in an apartment or in a house?
Uh, I'm living in an apartment.
You're living in
But
an apartment.
I
So,
love to use a big house with a beautiful garden as like our village houses,
okay.
and
So
that's
you
why I love my native village.
native village. I see. Okay. So if you get a chance, in Dhaka, I think it's very unlikely. It's very difficult to get a house with a garden, huh?
Yes, sir. It's so
These
very
days,
much.
these days,
It's
so,
just very much hard, but if you want, then you can make a little
oh, okay,
garden
okay,
in veranda or
okay. So
balcony.
if you want, okay. So do you have one in your apartment?
Uh,
A small
Not
garden?
just so big, but a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, fine. Let me have. So, Mahmudul,
Yes, sir.
what you doing to keep yourself fit, physically fit
Uh,
during this lockdown period? Is there anything?
Sir, I just started taking less amount of food in every time I eat. So that is one of my, I can say it was
Strategy?
my strategies that I have taken, because I think I don't have that much opportunity nowadays to start workout or maybe have some running in the early morning. But I have there the most things I do that I'm taking less amount of food. And
Okay, so
one thing I try to avoid that sleeping in the afternoon. So it's kind of a bad for health. So I started also avoiding this sleep in the daytime, especially in the afternoon.
have you lost weight? You know,
Sir, I think I'm a kind of a like
weight.
maintaining a constant weight, and I also taking every day I taking green tea. So I think
I
it's
see.
helping me to maintaining my body weight.
Okay, so Faria, what about you? You know, have you lost weight? Have you lost weight or you have gained weight?
Sir, generally I'm a healthy person, but when I used to do exercises like I used to do yoga
Okay.
sometimes, not in this pandemic last 15 days, I was prohibited from this by
Okay.
doctor, and that's why I do not do exercise regularly. But
So were you taking more food during the
no,
last?
sir. My as I'm healthy person, I'm
Okay.
so much conscious about to eat because if I take some little bit more food, I got more and more fat.
Okay,
That's
you
why
get.
I
Okay, you
take
get.
less
Huh.
food
Okay, fine.
and take regular exercises to keep it.
Okay,
Even in the
so
pandemic situation, doctors generally suggest to keep fit, you must have to do some exercises, not very
okay.
hard
Fine.
exercises, but a little bit exercises needed.
So Mahmoudin, so
Yes, sir.
when there's no pandemic and all this, do you often go to cinema? You know, what was the last time you
Sir,
went to a
it's
cinema? You know, going to a
sir.
movie. I'm talking about going to a
Okay,
movie.
okay, sir. So I get it, sir. It's really rare to me that I went to
Or
have this
okay, it's rare for me. You
rare
know,
for
going
you
to a
me
movie.
to going to cinema. The last time I went to cinema, it was 2018, and I went with my two friends to watch a movie in Bosundara City.
Okay. So you're
Cinema.
not really into the habit of,
I
but you watch
sir.
movies.
So
Do you watch movies at home?
I do love to watch lots of movies, and I kind of a person who had kind of a addicted to watch movies. But sir, I don't have that friend like me who also addicted,
Okay,
who like
fine,
to watch movies in the cinema hall. So every
fine.
people's have their like most of my friend, they like to watch movie in a home.
And in the home. So what about watching movies in your house, in the during this lockdown? Have you watched
Uh,
lots of movies or not really?
Sir, after this pandemic started, it was sir. I started watching movies who is already released before the pandemic started, or maybe the after the pandemic started. But
Hmm.
then I don't find any good movies to watch
Good movies.
because maybe they are starting some finalized work after
Okay.
they are going to release it. But one thing I maintain that I started watching TV series, like about maybe Amazon Prime or Netflix. So they are offering lots of web series. So I try to watch them nowadays whenever I get free time.
Oh, fine. Okay. So Ashna, are you there? Hello, Ashna.
Yeah, hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you? You're
I'm
fine?
doing good, thanks.
You're doing good. Okay, so how is the pandemic in your place? This how is it spreading or is controlled?
No, it's not controlled.
It's not
It's
controlled.
becoming worse.
It's becoming worse.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, so are bicycles popular in your place? Bicycles, so among say girls or ladies?
No, it's not common.
It's not common.
Actually, ladies are not riding bicycles.
Not at all. Okay. Also, in our
Yeah.
country, in most of the cases, they don't. But in India, in many other countries, it's quite. But in general, which section of people they ride bicycles in your place?
Most of the cases are teenagers.
Teenagers. Okay.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
And some people in the above 30 just for
30s.
a simple exercise, they are riding bicycles. Like
Riding. Is it
exercise,
safe?
not for other.
Is it safe to ride bicycle in the place where you live? Is it safe?
No, it's not safe actually.
It's not that safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you have lots of parks. The other day I just, like, Googled You know, so which city do you live in? What was the name of the city?
I live in Erbil.
Erbil. You know, it seems like no. I just checked Erbil and it was nice. It has lots of parks. Huh? Lots of parks.
Yeah,
And it's
parks and
widespread.
historical
Yes, yes,
places.
yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. It seems very nice. It is much better than Bangladesh.
Bangladesh also have a lot of nice places. I searched it in Google and it's
Yeah,
nice.
but it seemed that probably it's more spread out. Your place. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So let me ask you, Ocean Faria, can I ask you? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to live in a house near the ocean if you get a chance? Do you love
Of
ocean?
course, sir. I love oceans too much,
Too much.
and
So
I got used to go to in Cox's Bazar for the 2
very
times.
often? Huh.
Not very often, but I just go for 2 times as the
Every year.
family.
Every
So
year
my yes, sir.
you used to go 2 times every year?
No, no,
Or
no. We used
no,
to
no,
not
altogether.
used to, but I went 2 times.
You have
As
been.
my family is restricted, there is no option for go out
Yes, I know that.
so
But,
much time.
okay. So if someone gives you a house in Chittagong, because Chittagong is close to a sea,
Yes,
would you
sir.
prefer to live in Chittagong
Of course.
or
Even my
Dhaka?
last tour was in Borishal and Kuakata, and
Okay.
that was most lovable tour in my life. And I stayed there for 3 days with my cousins, and we enjoyed a lot.
You enjoy it. Okay. So you love okay. So sea,
Yes,
ocean,
sir.
Fine. Mahmudul, can I ask you? Um,
Yes, sir.
are you impressed with people who know how to paint? Does painting, painting
Uh,
impresses you, or it's just, it's not that much
Sir,
important?
I really like to watch painting art gallery in the art galleries, like some exhibitions. So I went 2 times in Dhanmondi Greek Gallery, 2 times. So I found lots of most of them were like photographs as well, but I do like paintings. And from my childhood, I have in my school times, I had a course called I started to know about how to start painting, or maybe the introduction was when I was in class 6. So my teacher is really good at and
Painting?
yeah, painting, and I made some friends who really good at painting. And uh, but in recent time, I don't have those kind of friend or anymore
Okay, fine.
who
And
do
it's good at
good at
okay.
painting like
So
this.
if we get a chance, is there any chance you might, take up painting in your future life? Any time when you say become senior or anything like that, or if you get the time.
Yeah,
Are you into painting? Do you love painting or no? Not really.
sir, I do paint. I know actually the basic paints, like how to paint a house, how to paint a like tree, like this stuff. But some paints is really uh, have really good messages. So I like to watch them. But if I have a chance in the future, I really try to
You
buy
may
a
try.
good paints
You
to
may
in
try.
my yeah.
Okay, good,
I might try.
good. Ashna, are you there?
Yeah, sir, I'm there.
Okay. Are you a very patient person? How do you, in respect to patience, how do you describe yourself? You're a very patient person or not really?
Actually, I don't know how to say about myself.
Hmm.
It's better to ask other people that how much I'm patient with them.
Okay,
But
fine.
usually
But
nurses should be a patient person. They should be like that.
yes. So in your line of work, you need to be say. So do you enjoy working, as a nurse? Because these here you help people.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
need
I'm
to be
enjoyed.
ready to help.
Yeah,
You
I really
enjoy
love
that.
my job. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. This is my best time while I'm working.
Oh,
It's
best
most
time.
enjoyable
That's
moments
good.
for me.
So if
Yeah.
someone give you an opportunity that you can switch your job, something more fabulous. I don't know. Some people they might think that other jobs are more software engineering and all those scientists or electrical engineering. They're doing big jobs, not big jobs, and big projects. You might consider if they ask you that.
No,
Yes,
no,
you love
never.
this.
I didn't want to leave my job because
Good.
it was my
Something.
childhood
Okay,
dream.
something you chose. Okay, let me ask you
Yeah.
another question. So, see, you have colleagues.
Yeah.
In general, are you more patient than your colleagues? How do you compare yourself with your colleagues?
Some
In
of
general.
them are more are more patient than me, but
Okay.
sometimes I'm better than them in that point.
Okay, so there are few, those are much more patient, and in some cases you are more patient, or mixed,
Yeah.
or you're better. You have more
Yeah,
patience than
sometimes
others.
my
So
colleagues sometimes telling me that are you such kind of crazy that you are never becoming angry. Sometimes they are telling me
I
that.
see. Okay, that's good, because in your line of work you need to be. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me ask you about. Okay, what about public holidays? Let's talk about public holidays. Can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Mahmoud?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
or okay, let me ask her first, and then I'll come.
Okay,
So, do
sir.
you have enough public holidays in your what? Uh, how many days do you work in a week? 5 days or six days
It's
usually?
actually I'm working in the night shift, so usually I'm taking about 15 night shift in a month.
Okay, in a month.
Each
But
shift it's 12 hours. Yeah.
12 hours. Okay, but in general, how many weekly holidays do you have? Two days?
We have
Or
1 day,
1 day?
just Friday.
Okay,
Yeah.
just Friday. I
Yeah.
see. In our country, we have Friday, and in some places, in some government jobs, they have. Okay. So you wish, in general, you had 2 days holidays. That would have been better, or no, or 6 days work day is fine.
Actually, in some governmental offices, they have also Sunday holiday.
Sunday. Oh, okay.
But
Sunday.
for most, yeah,
Okay,
Friday
not
and
on
Sunday,
Friday
but not
and
all of
Sunday.
them.
Okay, Friday and Sunday. That's interesting. Not Friday and Saturday. Friday and Sunday.
No, I mean Saturday. Sorry.
Oh, Saturday.
I mean
Saturday.
Saturday. I'm sorry.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. I thought that. So, how are you, Fazli Rabbi? How are
Ji sir,
you?
alhamdulillah. Sorry, I was really busy for the first
No.
two days.
It's better to be busy. Other than that, you become depressed.
Yeah.
You need to
sir.
work. You need to, because say if you sit at home, if you time doesn't go. That's when you worry
Sir,
about.
there's a good news. I wanna tell you that I am joining in a new hospital.
Okay, congratulations.
Which is thank you, sir. And I have got my final BMDC registration number. And
Okay.
I haven't just received my appointment letter, but it has confirmed that I am joining in a private hospital in Bardem in Darussalam. Yeah, in surgery department from the next month. But
surgery. Okay.
But first and foremost, I have to do my duty in COVID ward, in isolated COVID ward and ICU.
Where in that hospital? In that hospital.
In yeah, sir, in that hospital. I was really to serve in COVID ward, because you already know that I am a positive case. So there's no chance to get infected another.
Is it sure that once you are,
there's
is there any guarantee?
No,
it's less likely.
It's less likely,
it's less likely, but there's no guarantee. You never
there's
know.
no guarantee. Yeah,
okay, we wish that you're completely safe, but we are happy.
Thank you,
I don't know whether we should be happy or not, because still, we the general people, we are afraid of fighting
Yeah.
those, and you were doing but you were in the
So
front
may
line.
I interfere?
Please, Faria.
I want to ask Mr. Fazler Rabi.
Mr. Fazla Rabbi, she was the
Yeah.
girl who,
Is there
who,
any evidence that if one person is one time infected by corona, he will have not another chance to infect it again? Is there any
As
evidence?
earlier just sir said that it's not guaranteed that you will not infected by the corona again if you just got infected by corona once. It depends on your antibody titer actually. Most of the patient who underwent mild and moderate signs and symptom may be affected by another second wave or third wave. Yeah, if their antibody is not adequate, and
it's about the
your
adequacy of the
adequacy.
antibody.
So the adequate antibody will produce in your body if you go underwent, in critical stage when your oxygen saturation is less than 93, which is really critical, and you have the sign symptoms. Like you also have evidence by some investigation like ground glass appearance in your chest or your lungs. So otherwise, if it's mild or moderate, your antibody titer is not that strong to protect the virus again from the vulnerability of your body. So I think
If there,
you have your answer.
if the
If there,
pulse rate is under 60, then what it will happen? The pulse rate.
pulse rate is under 60. No, it's not pulse rate is under 60. Maybe in different situation, like if you are sleeping, it's normally usually less than 60 or 65. So I was talking about SpO2, which is partial pressure of oxygen in your blood. If it goes back, to 93, less than 93, then we assume that you were in a critical stage with some respiratory signs symptoms, respiratory distress.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so Mahi, are you there? Mahi,
Yes, sir.
how are you? You're fine?
Alhamdulillah.
Physically, you're fine, huh?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, fine. So, how often do you may go boating? Boating, this question. How often do you may go? So, do you often go boating? You live in what?
Not
outside?
often, but
Because you
not
have big
often,
river,
but,
Podda River.
but yeah, there is a Podda River also, and where I do live, actually, there is Dhanmondi 32. So we have some occasionally spending time on boating and some more.
Okay, so you love boating. We have been to boating. You are into boating.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you might even own a boat? Would you like to own a boat someday?
Right now, I don't think so, but if near future is demands, definitely I will.
Especially, people who go to foreign country, but I think owning a boat is a privilege, especially if they have there's facilities. People like to go boating in Western country more than what you have. Okay, so
and it's actually, sir, depends on the boating system or what the
okay, yes,
made of.
I know that.
Made of. Yes. Because if we buy in our country, that's made by wood. So sometimes it's not long time.
No long last. I see.
Yeah. So
okay.
this might be
fine.
Yes.
Fine. Okay. Firstly, Rabbi, can I ask you a question, sir? Hello, Firstly, Rabbi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Okay. Okay. So. Say, when you were a child, did you think a lot about your future or not?
I don't think so. I haven't think about a lot, but I thought about, I have get anxious about something. Yeah, I have to get some rest after SSC or what the elders say that once you were in enter in a good university, that's it. You don't have to worry about it after that.
Oh.
But it is still going on.
Saira, are you there? Saira?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I ask you just one question? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Should everyone learn swimming? Why or why not? What do you think?
Well, actually, swimming is a very important skill to have because you never know when you need it. And as a riverine country, we Bangladeshis especially need to learn swimming because we have so many rivers, lakes, and we even have the sea.
Okay,
So
what about you? Do you know how to swim?
it's really sad that I don't know how to swim. I've
Yeah.
tried, but I didn't.
You have
learn.
tried. You have tried. So
I've tried, but I haven't been able to learn it.
so you went to a professional place where they teach swimming?
No, actually no. I've tried in my grandparents' house and everything,
Okay.
but not
but
professionally.
Professionally, okay. So fine. So you avoid those places, huh? So
I don't necessarily avoid those places. I love.
no. I'm just saying that. Okay. But you take the chance.
Yes, but I go swimming.
But is there any chance you'll be learning it? Say.
I do want to learn it.
I think if you move to a foreign country, the likelihood is more.
Yeah, there are some countries where it's compulsory to learn swimming, like by the age of 5, I guess.
Really?
Yes,
I
in
didn't
Singapore.
know that.
Yes.
Really, I didn't know that.
It's compulsory for kids to learn swimming by the age of 5.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. You know. I
Me
never
neither.
knew that. Yes. Is Singapore the only exception, or there are other countries as well?
I guess so, but it's a good rule, I guess.
Yes.
It's necessary.
Okay. So, Mr. Shibli, are you there? Mr. Shibli? Hello, Mr. Shibli?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir, I'm here.
Okay, just let me ask you 1 or 2 questions, then we'll move on to it. Say, let's talk about trees. Are we very protective as a nation? Are we very protective of trees, Bangladeshis, Bengalis?
Actually, this is a critical question because many of them
I think for Bangladeshis, every question is a critical question. You know, you never know what they will do. And
actually.
Yeah, so
right.
You know, think about Corona. You know, they're selling what? They are selling what? You know, counterfeit certificates. You know, Corona certificates. You know, just so anything is possible in a country like ours. Okay, so what about that? You know, are we very protective of trees? Do we care about trees, Bangladeshis in general? What do you think?
Actually, we should. We should care about.
No. Should is that's different. The question is, are we? Are we? Listen, in eyes, if they ask about shoes, that's a different question, and this is a different question. So, do you think we are?
Yes, we are pretty much protective about our trees, which are actually asset. Trees are asset for our nature. And
okay, so we do that.
Yes, we do. We do protect. Want to protect our trees. But actually, we may see many of us are not thinking about this protection. How to, but many other people and many environment friendly mentality who has the environment friendly mentalities are very much thoughtful how to protect the trees. There are many reasons and advantages of this because trees are trees are very important a part of our nature and environment.
Fine. Even I think it's what I think part 1. You know, 4 to 5 sentences enough. You know, not less than 3 sentences, not more than 4 to 5. Okay. Huh? That will be okay. Okay, let me ask you, Nasiruddin, are you there? Polash? Huh? Polash? Are you there? Polash, can you hear? Okay, so Mr. Abdullah, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you like to answer a question?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, so do you like spending time with old people? And do you find it interesting, you know, spending time with old people?
Yes, it's an interesting question. Yes, I like to spend my leisure time of the world people to know about the past and about their memories because they are asset to our family as well as for the society and the country because we come to know across the history. As for example, if I meet with a freedom fighter who fought for the country in 1971, I could understand about the independence of our country. And if I have a scope to meet with a veteran who have seen the war of
Okay, listen,
World War
it's
II.
first part is a first part question. So 4 to 5 sentences is kind of okay. Huh? So if you sometimes if you elongate it, it will diffuse the idea. 4 to 5 sentences will be kind of okay for any kind of questions. Huh? So you'll have to focus on that. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Let me ask you just 1 or 2 questions. Whom can I ask? Let me ask Faria or Faria. So,
Yes, sir.
would you ever? Okay, so what do you usually do in the evening? How do you spend your evening?
Sir, in nowadays I'm spending evening with your classes.
Okay.
But usually I used to do my with my evening course and with some TV shows, and after then I used to do my works like my study,
Okay.
etc.
Okay, fine. Okay. Mr. Rabbi, are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm
let
here.
me ask another question.
Sure, sir.
Is there anything you would like to change in the place you are living? You're not happy, it's not crowded or it's cramped, or you should have had attached bath or anything like that, veranda, anything?
Yeah, sir, of course. The flat I'm living, it's a very small flat, so the one thing I would like to change is to make it broaden. And yeah, I also wanna place some gizzard and yeah, bathtub in my washroom, and also yeah, I also wanna be have a spacious balcony.
Wannabe এসব বলা যাবে না, I say. বেশি informal. হ্যাঁ? I would like to এই ধরনের কারণ আপনি যার সঙ্গে কথা বলবেন নরমালি ইউনিভার্সিটির প্রফেসর। তো না এমনি ওইটা মানে I say নিয়েও ওইটা ইনফর্মাল, টু ইনফর্মাল। হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, বাকিটা ঠিক আছে, আইডিয়া ঠিক আছে। হ্যাঁ তারপর?
And also we have a very less amount of trees around us, so yeah, as I like green, so I also like to make some plants and make it green surround my house.
Amount হবে, you're talking about trees, it's a fewer number, number.
Yeah, fewer number, so I want to grow it in a large number.
Okay, we'll be moving on to reading section. Anybody would like to speak out? Just 1 or 2 questions. Shorna, are you there? You have just joined?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just let me ask you just.
Shorna, you are late. Why you are late? You just almost just missed the speaking session. But sir is making this speaking session prolonged for you. So you should apologize. Say sorry to sir.
Okay, Shornak, let me ask you, say, who is the closest to you in your family? Whom do you like best?
My mother.
Your mother? Listen,
yes, sir.
This is good answer, but you'll have to explain why. Always give an explanation. Always, that's IELTS rule. Give an answer, then expand.
Sir, my mother is really close to me because she understands me very well. She always trusts me and helps me. And if I take any decision, that time my mother support me, and if I fall in any danger, he always
you have a decision, no?
he,
decision.
yeah.
Whenever I take a decision, then okay, so she's very helpful, and she is very protective of you, huh?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so you are lucky to have her. Do you think you are lucky?
Of course. Yes, I'm really lucky to have a nice mother.
Good.
Keep her.
And Nasiruddin Polash, are you there? Nasiruddin, can listen? Okay. What I'd like to do, just let's move on to the reading now. Huh? Let's do some reading. Reading is very important. We have been doing speaking for almost an hour. We started at around 7. Okay. So let's do some reading. Huh? We'll be doing a reading today. Let's see what we have for reading today. Just a moment. Sorry. So we are going to cover this one. This from Cambridge book. So we have few paragraphs, and these are what we have. How many paragraphs? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is which one? Okay. This is the last one. The last one should be the most challenging one. Usually, the last one is the most difficult or
it's so
most
tough.
challenging. Usually, but if you know the rules, not rules and practice, if you can apply those, I think it shouldn't be that difficult. Hopefully, what is this? This is one type of question. This is what. This is the first one is. Which paragraph contains the following information? See here, what you need to do. There some information you'll have to match. See this one with paragraph A or B or C. This one with another one. 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 So where you will find the answer to these questions? How AI, artificial intelligence, might have a military impact. So you'll be looking for a passage where they will be talking about what? The military. Very likely is going to be a part of that one. But here, see, you'll have to check out this one as well. You may use any letter more than one. So what might happen? So, this one or any two of those might be a part of one paragraph. But is there any guarantee that this will happen? No. It might or it may not. So that makes it more difficult. And another problem is there are more questions, more paragraphs than the number of information. So you might find that you're not covering all the paragraphs. Number 2 is what? True, false, not given. Is it tricky? True, false, not given? Okay, we'll try to solve this. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of them. This one, true, false, not given. What's the difference between true, false, not given and another one is what?
Yes, no, not given.
Yes, no, not given. What's the difference?
Yes, no, not given.
Yes, no, not given. It deters the writer's view, whether it is go along with it or against. And
no, that's the yes, no, not given.
Oh, sorry. That's true, false, not given. And
true, false, not given.
Yeah. As for yes, no, not given, it's it's whether it is according to the context or not.
Context. Okay. So usually here it's written in the writers. Okay. Anyway, is there a very big difference? While you'll be solving it, does it make a very big difference whether it's yes, no, not given or true, false? Not really.
It's not that big deal.
But yes, sometimes it depends on the type of question. Okay. So here 6, we'll be solving this one, and there. What is this? These are multiple choice question. See, if we have these 3 times, so it's my way of doing it. I will always ask to do what? I will always ask you to start from the back. The question, reading the question. I'm not asking you to solve the question, but reading the question from the back. It helps. So what I'm going to do, this is my way of doing. I will just start from there, reading from the first one. The reason being that So it gives you a better idea about, if I understand that where, usually these are in order. 39 will follow, 38, 30, 40 will follow, 39. So if I can find where this one starts, it gives me an edge over others. So according to the researchers in late 1980, there was a feeling that, what's the keyword?
Researchers, 1980s.
Researchers, and no, I don't have to, because this is very, very,
1980s.
very clear, 1980s. As long as I find that, very likely that there will be 2 or 3 mentions. I don't have to worry about that. Researchers and 1980, feeling that now I don't want to read that, because even if I read, I will forget it. It might take only what, 5 to 6 seconds, not more than that. Then I will come back here. Here, what will I do? I will go for 32 and 33, because the first one is what? If you have this kind of question, this one contains which paragraphs, and another type of question is the heading. If you have these, I will always, do it first. That's the way I will do it, because by the time I'm solving this one, what's happening? Just a moment. By the time I'm doing this one, I will get some idea about yes, no, not given, at the same time, the last type of question. So it gives you a, kind of edge, headway. Yeah, so you can see. So start doing like that. I'm telling you, we'll never, in most of the cases, you will never revert back to the way you used to do. Very likely. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do, I'll be covering the first 2. Why first 2? Anybody who can tell me why I'm covering, 32 and 33? Not only 32. Why? Any particular reason? We have.
There are some researchers and the
What are
1985.
No. What is the reason? What could be the reason?
Reason is that if I get the answer of 33, then I can understand that 32 will be before.
No. Because is there any guarantee that 32 might be not given? Is there any guarantee it's not going to be not given? No. What if it's not given? Means it's not written. Anything is there. Then what? Then what happens if it is not given? The first one. How do you find it? What you do, you keep on reading and keep on reading and keep on reading. You come up to here and you don't find it. Then what?
Not given.
Even you are not sure. You keep on reading. You read up to this much, say. Then you decided. But think about this. If you read the second one, if you read which one?
Second one.
Even in the second one, say in 1985, AI was the lowest point. Then what happened? If you found this one, if you found it, even if the first one is completely not given, if you find, say, think about 1985 here, then what you know? That there is no first one. The first one is not there. So by the time you're here, think about the 1985 is here. You know this is a not given. Other than that, নাহলে কি হতো আপনি এতদূর পড়ে তারপর আন্দাজ করতেন, এতদূর পড়ে আন্দাজ করতেন যে এটা নট গিভেন। আমার কথা বুঝছেন? সবাই বুঝছেন? সো দুইটা করে আমরা যদি করি তাহলে আমাদের যে অ্যাডভান্টেজটা হবে, আমরা শুধু ইয়েস নো নট গিভেন, অন্যগুলোতে না, কিন্তু আমরা দুইটা করলে যেই আমাদের অ্যাডভান্টেজ হবে, প্রথমটা যদি একেবারে নট গিভেন হয় তাহলে if we check this one, if we can find this one, we clearly know that this is not given. Other than we have to read more. We want to save time as much as possible. Saving time is a big thing in reading, no doubt about that. ঠিক আছে? So what I'm doing, I'll be covering. So here, the researchers who launched the field of AI had worked together. Is very important. Together on other projects in the past. So they're saying that, just remember that researchers launched the field of AI, they work together in other past. Okay, so this one, what about the second one? This is easy. 1985 was in the lowest point. 85 AI, artificial intelligence, was at its lowest point, 1985. So I'm just trying to remember this word, these ideas. 1985, and this one is work together, AI field, when they were launched. No, I'm not going to work on this because I'll have to start from this one, the first one. So how do you do that? So let's do with the first one. This one, A type eta hocche ki which paragraph contains a heading. I'll always do this one because it helps to find the answers for the second type or if there is a third type. Now let's move on to this one. Now we are going to solve this one. So how do you cover it? How do you match it? Who can tell me? Anybody?
We may read 3 or 4 lines. First
Okay.
3-4 lines.
Should we start? Should we start from reading this or should we start from reading these?
We should start from reading the paragraphs and then we should
just
I think even if you read it, listen, if you first one, there's no
we should start by reading headings.
Heading, this one. Egulo bokche?
No, 27 to
Okay, fine. This heading. No. Even if you read it, can you remember all those? Even if you read it, there's no guarantee that this one belongs to this one. This might belong to the last paragraph. So there's no point in reading that. You won't remember. So the best thing, I think, would be reading this one properly. It depends how much you are going to read. Then check this one. It's easy because by the time you read it, you have these ideas and you're just checking with any of those. I mean, to read this one. Achha. You don't have to read this one. Let's read this one. But how many sentences should we read? How many sentences? Is there any guarantee that it will be within the first 3 sentences or 4 sentences, or we are going to read the whole thing? Who can tell me?
Sir, I personally go through the entire paragraph and search for it.
Okay, that's safest. But আচ্ছা আমি একটা জিনিস আপনাকে দেখাই, হ্যাঁ? আপনাকে একটা জিনিস দেখাই, দেখেন ভালো করে খেয়াল করেন। এইটা একটু দেখেন। এইটা হচ্ছে ধরেন অ্যানসার গুলো যেখানে আছে। হ্যাঁ, আমি এমনি আপনাকে এটা করছি। জাস্ট চেক ইট আউট। তাহলে দেখা যাচ্ছে কি বেশিরভাগ প্যাসেজের কোথায় আছে অ্যানসার গুলো? These are the probable places all the answers are there. Usually what we are seeing in most of the cases, what? The answers are within the, but there's no guarantee, I'm saying. So it's a risk. I don't know whether you might take the risk or you may not, but it doesn't happen all the time, but in most of the cases, if you can read the first 3 or 4 lines, it helps. Okay, this is also kind of a tested one. Okay, now let's move on to here. We are going to solve this one. Let's read it and we'll try to find let's read it. But the first sentence is always important. The first, যখন আমরা reading, while we'll be looking for the main idea for reading, that's এটা differently পড়বো, এইগুলো differently পড়বো. Here every sentence is important. But while we are looking for the heading, ওখানে হচ্ছে idea important. How many ideas are there? Here, it's not about ideas. We will focus on the ideas, কিন্তু basically we'll have to read, we'll try to read the whole thing, but we'll have to remember. Let's read it together. After years in the wilderness, the term artificial intelligence seemed poised to make a comeback. Wilderness মানে কি? অন্ধকার। মানে wilderness মানে বনের মধ্যে ওই ধরনের wilderness মানে যেখানে কোনো কিছু হ্যাঁ, so after a year the term artificial intelligence seemed to poised to come back. AI was big in 1980s but vanished in 1980s. আচ্ছা, do you remember second না third type-এর আমরা এইটা পেয়েছিলাম 1980s, একটা আইডিয়া পেয়েছিলাম না? There is a question. So one we can do
1985.
That's 85 or 80?
85.
That was 85.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So it reentered. So first line কিন্তু খুব important. আপনি এটা ভালো করে পড়বেন. After years in the wilderness, the term seemed to poise to make a comeback. আচ্ছা, it was big in 1980 but vanished in 1990. তাহলে 80, it was 80 big, vanished. So by 1990, it vanished. আচ্ছা, it re-entered the public consciousness with the release of AI, a movie about Robot Boy. ঠিক আছে, big তাহলে কি vanished with the AI movie. This has ignited public debate about AI, but the term is also being what? Used once more with the computer industry. তখন কিন্তু দেখেন 80-তে it was important, but by 90 it vanished. Again re-entered, মানে কখন 1990s এ. Why? Because with a movie. This has ignited public debate about AI, artificial, but the term is also being used once more within the computer. তাহলে ফার্স্টে যেভাবে ইউজ হয়েছিল, পরের বার কিন্তু 1990s এ কি হচ্ছে, কম্পিউটার ইন্ডাস্ট্রির সঙ্গে রিলেটেড হয়ে গেছে। সম্ভবত 1980s এ কম্পিউটার ওইভাবে ছিল না, আর থাকলেও এআই কে ওইভাবে রিলেট করা হতো না। Researchers, executives, and marketing people are now using the expression without irony or inverted comma. What is irony, inverted comma? What is that? Irony মানে